Hello, friends. I just wanted to hop on really quick and just kind of talk about something that kind of came, I don't know, just spontaneously. So, life lessons, right? Things that we distill over our lives through the experiences that we've been through. They repeat themselves. Life is a cycle, and even though we've learned a lesson, it kind of comes back and teaches us the next layer, right? So I was actually just sitting here in the sand in my backyard, and I'm staring at a pile of dirt. Why is this like a revelation, you might ask? Oh my god, there's like things falling in my woods. Creepy. It's a revelation because the world, right? This external world that we have is the oracle, and an oracle is something that we use as a tool for divination. It allows us to see the way forward. So how in the hell is the world my oracle? How does that make sense? Everything that I see outside of myself, I can somehow apply it to the internal world of myself, right? So I'm staring literally at this pile of dirt while I sit in dirt, and I have been just sitting here playing with dirt too. But how is it that I am dirt? And why does this pile of dirt make any sense? So if we dig up our biggest wounds in our life, right? If we dig them up and bring them to the surface, because Lord knows they're fucking buried, right? Lord knows we bury our wounds so we don't have to deal with them because they hurt too fucking much. But let's just say that we dug up those wounds and we put them on the surface of the earth. What would it look like? Well, it would look like a huge pile of dirt, which is what I'm staring at. So my wound, if I took all my wounds and I put them on the surface where you could see them, it turns into a pile of dirt. Hey, Eric. Hey, guys. Nice to see you guys on here. Thank you for saying hi. I know. I was not ready for this either. It's just impromptu. I'm just doing a thing. It just happened. But the world is our oracle, right? So what we see outside is what relates to the internal world that we have. So this pile of dirt is our wound. We pull this up and out of ourselves, and it sits like a giant mess until we do something with it, right? So the thing is, the wound, how do we heal that wound? How do we deal with this big ass pile of dirt that we have, this big wound pile that we have? How do we deal with that? One shovel at a time. What is that wound wanting? What is this thing outside of us wanting? Well, the things that we seek outside of ourselves, so all of the things that we seek other people to say, all of the things that we seek from an external source to comfort us, outside of us that we want to use as a comfort for how we're feeling on the inside, all of those external comforts, that's what we hope for, that's what we want, but that's not what we really need. It's just showing us, hey, you want something internally, right? So all of the things that we source outside of ourselves for comfort, they're actually things that we want for ourselves. So when we seek, say, when we seek a person to tell us, oh, good job, hey, I'm proud of you. Hey, I love you. Hey, you're unique. You're amazing. Or that awesome, I'm sorry. The apology you never got. Those wounds, right? The thing that hurts on the inside of you that really wants those words to be spoken, because that's what's going to heal it. That's what's going to soothe the wound. That's what we want. So we search for it. We search for somebody to tell it to us, right? Because we want this big ass pile of dirt to go away. We want our shadow, our wound to go away. This thing that hurts. We want it to go away. So how can we do that for ourselves? Instead of looking outside of ourselves, instead of looking externally at this big ass pile of dirt and going, hey, who's going to shovel this dirt away? Who's going to heal this wound for me? Instead of looking external, how can we give it to ourselves internally? Right? Because that's what we want to be able to do. We want to be able to do it and self-soothe for ourselves. One shovel at a time. So that shovel, basically all that work that you would do to remove that pile of dirt is what we need from ourselves. So how? What does that mean? We have to start telling ourselves the things that we want to hear from other people. When was the last time, and this is a really good question, when was the last time you said I love you to yourself? Can you remember? Do you even know the last time you said I love you to yourself and meant it? Pretty sure it's been a long time. because people don't usually give themselves credit for being lovable. Never mind that they actually love themselves. When was the last time that you said you're proud of yourself for something that you did in your life, for accomplishing a goal, for setting your life up the way that it is, or for conquering the wound that you do have that's this big pile of dirt? When was the last fucking time you gave yourself credit for getting yourself where you are? Bet you it's been a long time. Oh, and this one's a really good one. When was the last time that you apologized to yourself? That's a really big one. Because I guarantee you can say, I'm sorry for letting you down. I'm sorry for not taking as good of care of you as I could, or as I can. I'm sorry for not standing up for you. I'm sorry for not saying I love you enough. There are so many words that we need to hear from someone else, right? Oh yeah, it's going to make us feel better if somebody else says it, or if somebody else says, I'm proud of you, good job. If somebody gives you credit from an external source for some reason, it feels amazing. But when was the last time you gave that to yourself? And why don't you now? Our internal wounds, right, can only be healed if we are willing to do the work necessary to heal them. We need to take the time and really witness where that pain is coming from. I have a pain because. This hurts me because. Fill in the blanks for yourselves. I want to hear I love you because. And it can come from the abuse that you might have survived. It can come from a moment in your life that traumatized you. It can come from anything. But the wound is there, and only certain words are going to fix it, are going to heal it, are going to soothe it, are going to impact it, right? Not every word will, but the right ones will. So why don't we take some time to start discovering what words we need to hear the most? And instead of searching for them from someone else, why not seek them within ourselves? Why can't we tell ourselves, I love you? You're amazing. You are unique. Thank you. I'm proud of you. I love you. This is the most important conversation that you will ever have in your life with yourself or with anybody. You to you is the most important conversation you can have and you will ever have. Because if you fail at conversation with yourself, how do you think that's going to impact all of the other conversations you have with people? If you can't talk kindly with yourself or get to the bottom of your own wounding, get to the bottom of, hey, this will make me feel better, then how could you possibly do that for someone else? How could you participate in a conversation of healing or of progression with someone else? Mastering the conversation with yourself from an internal place is the starting point of every healing journey you could take, of, any relationship you'll start. It's the beginning. It has to start there because you live your life with you forward. It doesn't happen any other way. So that's my mystical pouring, my soul pouring. I'm sitting and staring at a pile of dirt and imagining it as if my wound is sitting in front of me. And as if there's only certain words that can soothe this pile of dirt and make it spread itself out instead of being this gigantic fucking pile that it is. Right? I mean, we've all got those wounds. We've all got tons of them. So why don't we just take a minute? Just literally take a minute and imagine what words would make you feel better right now. What would soothe you right now? I was feeling a little weird, and that's why I'm sitting in the dirt, because I'm a water sign. I'm full of water. I'm full of emotion. So the only thing that actually soothes me is grounding. It's connecting with this dirt, right? So I'm sitting in the dirt trying to figure this out. What did I need most to hear? So what do you need most to hear? If you look at the wounds that you have and the way that they hurt, if you feel alone, maybe you need to hear the words, I'm never going to leave you. But they need to come from you, right? Maybe you need to hear the words that you're lovable and you deserve love. But they need to come from you, right? Maybe you need to hear the words, I am so proud of you for getting to where you are. You've blown my mind, and I am beyond ecstatic and proud of what you have accomplished and who you have become. You've navigated this life so beautifully. Maybe you need to hear that from yourself. All of the things that we wish would come to us from outside of us. That's what we need most to give ourselves from ourselves. What you seek most outside of you is what you need to uncover most within you. There's a Carl Jung quote that I really like. And it basically says, that which we ignore persists, and that which we accept disappears. The longer that I ignore this pile of dirt, the longer it's going to sit there. The longer I ignore my wound, the longer it's going to bother me. But if I accept that I have that pile of dirt, if I accept I have this wound, right? If I accept it, well, then I can slowly start to shovel. I can work at it because I know it's there and I'm accepting it's there. So I can work to make it disappear. With my words. It's all metaphorical, right? Everything is symbolistic. Is symbolism. Symbolic. Nope, we're going with it. It's symbolistic. I like it. I'm sticking to it. I don't even know. So this big pile of dirt, you're going to notice things like this in your life too. It's the signs that we talk about. It's your intuition picking up the synchronicities and the messages of the universe and how they're most likely going to come to you. Maybe you see it by looking at a couple and you feel this overwhelming feeling. You download this message and you're like, whoa, that's crazy. I'd never thought of it that way until you saw that thing. Listen to the messages and how they pull you, right? Everybody's got their own language. Mine is dirt, apparently. But yeah, guys, like the world is our oracle. The world is the tool that will tell us everything that we need to know. And today, a pile of dirt talked to me because I let it. I accepted the knowledge that it had. Surprising that dirt has knowledge, but you know what? It does. This whole earth does. Everything does. So my wisdom here is just to say, love yourself and tell yourself all of the words that you want to hear from someone else. Create the feeling for yourself from yourself. That's what divine self-connection is. Connecting to you and creating a better communication and a better relationship and a better feeling and a better foundation and stability within yourself, right? Because if you're stable in here, you can create that stability everywhere else that you go. And you can take that stability with you no matter what. No one can take it from you. If you feel good, no one can take that from you. Once you heal that wound, no one can take that from you. Okay. I'm going to be done dirt talking now. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for this. And drop any comments or send me a message if you guys want to talk further on the wounds that are coming up and maybe uncover, what needs to be said. All right, guys. I'm here for you. I appreciate you all. Bye.